Good morning, Courtney.
Good morning, Ricardo. Happy Wednesday.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm
I'm
fired
good.
up.
Are you fired up? I'm
I
fired
am.
up.
I feel like I need to be fired up for this topic. So,
I,
yes.
I feel like we all need to be fired up just because it's Wednesday.
Yes. Always.
It's a
Always.
beautiful Wednesday, August 5th. We're here with Force for Girls Live, coming at
Yes.
you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And today I'm here with the ever so gracious Miss Courtney Carr.
Yes. Yes.
How
Hello.
are you,
Thank you
Courtney?
for having me, as always, every time. But
Good.
yeah,
Ah,
we're going to talk about some. Okay. So, I got myself into a challenge accidentally, but I think the best things sometimes happen by accident. And last week, I'd made a comment to Ricardo about making 500 calls in August. And as soon as the words were floating out of my mouth, I knew I couldn't unsay those to Ricardo because at this point, he's going to help me shape that in an actual plan. So that's what we're going to talk about. But do you want to add anything
I
or?
will say this. When you said it last week, you brought it up last week, and I was like, dude, I like this. I got excited. I got
Mhm.
excited for you. I was like, I got this. I like this. I like this. And I was like, she totally has this. But just to give everyone some reference, what's the most calls you've ever made in a month?
I would cap it at maybe like 250
250.
most. And that
Yeah.
was in network marketing when it was, daily call sessions
All right,
of just,
let's back it up. Let's back it up.
okay.
I need a little backup sound here, but that's all good. Um, First of all, one of the things that people have been asking about is what do you guys do? Because clearly you guys are not full-time podcasters, right? Because there's not really that much money in podcasting when you're first starting out. So we clearly all have full-time jobs, you,
Mhm.
me, and Michelle.
Yes.
And so we're fixing to dive into a little bit about what Courtney Carr does.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Well, by day I what's called an insurance consultant, but I have been in insurance for about a decade and I was an agent for an individual company for many, many years and I as of January stepped out and am independent now. So technically I'm an independent insurance broker for Texas, but I don't do anything normal. So I'm an insurance consultant. So I consult you. I shop the market for you for whatever you're looking for. So whether that's home or auto, or I joke about my 4 pillars: life, liability, home, and auto. Let me review the 4 categories, kind of like it's your spare tire. Like if one part of that's not good, if you have to rely on your spare tire, it's not going to roll real easy. So you're not looking at all the areas. So that's kind of my big review. That's where I
Hold
start with everyone. But okay.
But something's changed recently.
Yes. Yes.
What
Okay.
now, as of August 5th, 2020, what do you specialize in?
Commercial, supercars, and boats or yachts, along with home
Wow,
and auto. Yes.
fancy,
Yes. And
fancy.
we're working on all kinds of things. But yes, I
Big
it,
shout
it
out.
has me wanting a supercar so bad. But anyway, that's a whole nother
That
goal.
is a whole other topic
Yeah,
and a
whole
whole
other
other
topic we'll get
show
to someday.
for
But
another whole another episode. But okay,
yeah.
let's get into this.
Okay.
So
Yes.
the
So
most calls you've ever done is 250. You
yes.
decided that for August you were going to work on doubling the amount of calls so you could really take your stuff to the next level. So
Yes.
there's a theory behind this that you explained very well to me. Explain it to everyone else right quick.
Yes. Okay. So the motivation, well, my background's in network marketing. I have a lot of experience with that. So a lot of sales tactics and lessons and ideas come from network marketing leaders and top producers. So Eric Worre specifically talks about his 90 days of just, I'm gonna call it 90 days of greatness, but it's you blow it out of the water. It's not just you work a little harder for 90 days. It's every single day from day 1 to day 90. You work harder than you did yesterday. Today, you tell your family, hey, I'm sorry, you aren't going to see me much for the next 3 months. And you tell your friends, hey, I can't hang out for about 3.5 months. Okay. You take this seriously. Like you carve out areas of your life to support you for this. So it was based off that idea in the 90 days of just going crazy in your business. Now, another network marketing, the 4-year career, when I thought more about where I came up with this idea. So Richard and Kimmy Brooke wrote an amazing book called The 4-Year Career. And the idea is you work so hard for those 4 years where you have a well-oiled machine that after the 4 years still's making you great income, but you can take your foot off the accelerator a little bit. You can, cut back the hours a little bit, but it doesn't work if you don't bust your ass for 4 years straight, period. Well, I have a 5-year plan here at Royalty Insurance. And I have talked about, I don't intend to be in insurance forever. And I say that because I have big goals and dreams with other aspirations, but I do want to build a well-oiled machine that will continue to pay me. And I do want to build it with my heart and, build a team that has the same mission like I do, and I feel like I found the right agency to expand on that. And it's been a year of lessons, but it also has redirected me into an area where I'm like, wow, I have some huge opportunities that if I wouldn't have struggled so much, it wouldn't be there. Yes.
Okay. So what I love about this is that while it was birthed from network marketing, you're applying it to insurance. You could apply this theory and this mindset to anything that you're doing.
Yeah.
Working out, eating healthy, starting a new business, revamping a new business, growing a business, whatever it is that you're into right now that you want to improve, this thought and this process that we're discussing right now can help you do that. Because if you think about it, you step back and think about it, we've seen our third, Michelle Martini. Hi, Michelle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Love you, Michelle.
She has made some amazing progress with the 75 hard challenge. And this is kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Where she's doing some very consistent things for 75 days straight. And she's on probably, I think, day 27 right now. And she is doing amazing work. And we're seeing literally a metamorphosis right before
Yeah.
ours, right? But
Metamorphosis.
yes, but that's all based on this same concept, right?
Yeah.
It's all based on this same idea that we're talking about right now, is pushing yourself to doing more than you have ever done before so you can accelerate the results that you're looking for.
Yeah.
Right? All right.
And that's why we named it the 500 challenge when about a minute before we went live instead of 500 calls, because just pick anything you need to just do 500 times that could change your life.
Correct.
When you look at it that way, the world is your oyster.
Or for
right?
75 days, or for 30 days, or for 90 days. You make it up your own. It's totally flexible and up to you based around what the results that you want to get.
Right. And that metamorphosis that we see in Michelle, even though, yes, she's going through physical changes because it involves working out twice a day, things like that, it is hands down her persona that shows up that is changing by the day. And it's an honor to watch.
It's a mindset thing for sure.
Yeah.
And this is a mindset thing.
Yeah.
And this is what I love about it.
And honestly, that's why I had to do it. Because as soon as I said it, I was nervous. Well, chase that. Because there's growth there.
There is growth there.
I don't care if it makes me uncomfortable. I can handle uncomfortable. Now that I know what's on the other side.
Let me tell you why I liked it.
Why?
And this is going to sound a little morbid, but allow me to explain myself.
Okay.
I liked it because I knew you were going to fail. I liked it because I knew out of these 500 calls, there was going to be a pretty good percentage that will not answer, that will say no, that will say that you weren't interested. And that's what I liked about it. Because that's where you're going to really start to grow your muscle and improve your skills.
Yeah.
Because there's this whole cycle of skills and improving your skills through failure and getting better through failure. So every time that you get a rejection, every time someone says no to you, every time someone tells you they're not interested, you're going to change your approach by how much?
1 millimeter or 2 millimeters, 1%.
Millimeters, 1%. And that what's going to happen when the next call? You're going to get a little bit better, and you're going to get a little bit better, and you're going to get a little bit better, which is really going to improve your skills, improve your confidence, and really numb that fear of rejection.
Yeah.
That's what I get excited about. Mm-hmm. That's what I get excited about. And that's what makes me so happy that you're doing this.
Yes. Yes. And I think, I can give you great advice on letting go of your fear of rejection in sales. but it's not, it's, I shook things up. I started a new job. So it's like you land yourself in an area where maybe I did take a few steps back in the rejection area where I let that get to me, where that's exactly why I need to do it. And it's massive because there's reward on the other side. Either way, this will help the rest of the year. Either way, this will have leads coming in for the next year. So I just look at it like it's this unlimited possibilities. Like when somebody says no right now and no, I'm happy with the insurance company I'm at, great. Your job isn't to reshop them right now and get them to switch to you. That is not your job. Your job is to inform them that you're there and to be genuine and authentic enough that the next time they want to shop insurance, you're their first thought. That's it. That's it. Like, for example, how many contacts do you have with your clients where you don't mention your product? Like, how many times are you like, hey, thinking about you, saw this quote. Hey, saw this car, have a great day. Like, reminded me of your red one. I don't know. Like, do you listen to what your clients say enough that you can carry conversations on over the next few weeks or months or year that you know them, where you can generally know parts of their personality? Like, that's something that, yeah, like people have told me I've done that wrong. People have told me I don't have insurance right. Like, you name it. You're not going to get me to shrink down to running just a monetary business. You're not going to get me to take my heart out of my business, because that's not who I am and that's not what I do. At the same time, that's partly why I have developed my niche, is because I do it different than anyone else. And I'm extremely grateful, because when I did switch, I couldn't see the full spectrum of the support system I had. And it just doing my thing the way I always have, some of these folks at this new agency hadn't seen that. And so that spawned into some other opportunities, like the commercial, like the supercar, and just really opened doors I couldn't see 6 months ago. So thank goodness the last 8 months panned out, because, here I am, and it's bigger than I could have dreamed of. So yes.
But we got to give you some credit too. I'm a big believer in giving credit where it's due. You had to be ready for that opportunity.
Yeah.
None of this would have happened if you wouldn't have been ready and in a position to accept this opportunity. So you had just as big of a role to play in this than everyone else in the universe.
Yeah.
And don't forget that.
I won't. I was so surprised that one day I sat in, I just thought it was a monthly review meeting. There's just opportunity flipping. So
yes. And for those of you listening and for those of you watching, I'm only talking to Courtney about this.
I'm only the only one it's relevant to, right?
She's the only one that's relevant to, and she's the only one that needs to give herself credit and understand that she made this position happen, and she put herself in this position to be able to receive this to happen. So I'm only talking to Courtney. So everyone else listening and watching, I'm not talking to you guys. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
So based on this.
Yes. Okay.
You started this week. You started on Monday. It's Wednesday. You have a 500 goal for the month.
Yes.
Which broke down to a weekly goal, which broke down to a daily goal.
On that, I did incorporate the RPM method. So rapid planning method, Tony Robbins.
Yes.
So first, what is your outcome? Well, let me say the steps. First, what's your outcome? Why do you want it? How do you get there? Am I on the camera? Okay. And basically, don't make a to-do list of massive action starting from the bottom of your mountain looking up. Start from the top of your mountain looking down, so you can declutter the things you don't actually need to do. What I mean, or let's walk through it with me. Okay, so what's my outcome? I want to save my clients $1 million. I'm starting August, and that's another goal I've always wanted to track until I can save clients or get to a point where I'm like, oh, it took me a year to save clients $1 million in premium, or it took me, a year and a half. I don't know, but either way, I would love to track that. So why not? So that's my why, and that's my outcome. And that was more important than reaching 500 or reaching a money goal or reaching something, because like I keep my heart at the front of my business, period. And so I'm going to grow the most. I'm going to help you the most if I stay genuine. Okay. So that's where I'm taking money out of it. And so I want to save my clients. I want to do that service to that tune of $1 million.
Hold on, hold on.
Okay.
I'm not trying to cut you off.
Oh no, you're good.
Just so for reference, what's the most you've saved a single family?
April 2020, I saved one family $26,000 in a year on their personal insurance. And as of right now, yes.
You go,
As of
Courtney.
right now, we are still working on their commercial package, which should at the end, all said and done, commercial, personal, I should be able to say I saved them $50,000 a year. So if you use an extra 50 grand a year, because if you could, you should let me review your stuff. I'm good.
Nice plug.
Thanks.
Continue.
So, okay. So what's my outcome? Why? Why is that important to me? And that is my skills I've built up, my abilities I have, my experience I have. That is the easiest way I can change people's lives right now, is saving them money, giving them peace of mind and their investments, etc. So that is a true service that you can lay your head down on your pillow at night and you can have peace of mind. That's what I provide. So
See,
core,
good.
not money.
This is good because you talked a little bit about saving money, but that's not really what you do. What you really do is provide people peace of mind.
Yeah.
And for all of you guys watching, whatever it is that you're getting into, whatever business, whatever you're trying to do, there's the actual act of doing it. For example, Courtney, insurance agent, and that's what you do. But then there's also the other side of it, which is what you really do. What do you really do that's going to distinguish yourself from everybody else? And this is part of Tony Robbins' business mastery, where he goes deep into what you do, which is all the insurance agents in the world. And then you break it down to what do you really do?
Yeah.
And that's what you do. That's what you really, truly do. That's your passion, Courtney.
It
is giving people peace of mind.
Mm-hmm. We're surrounded by different factors that we apply so many different meanings to, that when it doesn't look like our expected plan, we beat ourselves up. And just coming from bottom of my heart, y'all, I've struggled for years beating myself up with BS reasons that not only were they not true, they were so far from reality. It just would have saved me a lot. It would have saved me a lot of time, a lot of years, a lot of hurt.
But
so if I can teach
step back
that
a little bit. Let's step back a little bit. You grew so much muscle by going through that.
Yeah.
And you're going to allow people to grow from that and learn from your experience.
Yes. And I even, the motivational stuff, the inspirational stuff, it'll come out in client conversations. There's a client, she's not my client right now, but she's up for renewal in 2 months. But we literally talk every January just to like pep each other up. What's your annual plan? I started that 5 years ago when I was just talking to her. I was like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of my plan for next year. And she started doing it. So she's reminded me a few times over the years. And long story short, that person could have stayed just a client. And the choice is yours. And there's nothing wrong with not bonding with your clients on that extra level. Nothing wrong with it at all. This is just my style. This is how I do it. And like, for example, I've sent my 2 different clients like YouTube motivational videos this week because it pertained to what we were talking about. And they said they were struggling with. That conversation started with insurance quotes and their worries about money. So if I can help you through a conversation and get a peek, and even if I just help like 0.001%, you put the pieces together to how to find happiness in other places of your life, or how to find peace of mind in other places in your life. And I guess that's what I am doing, is trying to give them the universal formula through insurance of like, no, let's review it. Let's figure it out. Let's figure it out until we are comfortable with it. Next, move on.
I like that.
Stop dwelling on it.
The universal experience of peace of mind. Ooh.
Yeah.
You better write that
recorded.
down. No, I'm going to forget that.
Yeah. So that's my why. So back to the RPM method. So what's your outcome? What's your why? Your why needs to be deep.
Yes.
We've proven that point, right? And then the third says what we'll take to get there. So 500 calls in a month, 200 in a week, and 50 a day. Ooh. So this leaves room for busy days where I can't get any calls in because I'm still keeping up my other work. Like I'm still This is in addition to, but also Jedi mind trick. Don't tell yourself that's going to be hard to call 500 people. Realistically, this should take me under an hour every day. If they answer, it'll take longer. That's a good thing. Like, so it's like, what are you getting bent out of shape about? But if you tell yourself it will be hard going into it, it will be hard. So I just have been like, it's easy, it's quick. I'm going to get great response. It's this. So I've been very lighthearted with it these last few days. To answer your question earlier, I am 27 in.
Okay.
So I'm going down. I've even developed a little code so I can know whenever I leave the notes that, left this person a message, emailed them. I know what count they are in my 500. But I'm also making sure to note like a detail. Like I want these people to be people. They're not 500 different numbers. They're people. They're families that have actual financial needs that need to be reviewed, or maybe not, unless they never call me again. Cool. At least they know I exist. At least you offered what you have. At least you opened your mouth. What's a closed mouth doesn't get fed. At least you told the world what you do with pride. And, so it's like, what do you need to do to figure that out? And let's see. So 27 in. What I find fascinating, and this happens every time I do a call challenge, we used to call it network marketing business. We used to call it booking blitzes because we did parties. So it's like every single time, this always works. You start pouring energy into a certain area. So let's say to be exact, I think I've gotten 2 responses out of the 27. I'm going to attempt everyone twice. I'm going to draw the line at 2 times. I'm not a solicitor. Okay. But from other angles, I've gotten like just some package leads that were just kind of like, wow. And one from a mortgage lender that like I had sold in under a day and they'd sent me another one. And then one from a realtor that I didn't know if I had worked out a relationship with that person to possibly do business together. So just kind of some things in different areas kind of came at me like, woo, woo. So that day I allowed myself to not make any calls. And that was yesterday because it was a really successful day. Like I was so excited. Honestly, I completely forgot about the calls, but waking up today, I know he's going to ask me the number, but more so than that, I'm holding myself responsible for this because I wanted this. I brought it up. This was not Ricardo's idea. So I don't need to be like, he's asking what number I'm at. No, he's only here to support me. He's a tool in my toolbox, a mentor, if you will, but like, it's still on me. So I woke up and I was like, 27. So that's not cutting me slack and saying you don't have to make the rest of the calls this week or this month at all. It's just, I did allow room with breaking it up that when I have great successful days, I can work those, be grateful for those and not, work 2 extra hours into really late out. Like it gets too late to even call people sometimes. So it's like, I don't have kids. So sometimes I don't watch the clock real well, but it's just flexibility at the same time, extreme discipline, because this is going to happen. Like, even if I'm finishing up my last calls on the 1st of September, I will make 500 calls just to say I made 500 calls. And the reason we didn't bring this up either, so UPW Dallas was canceled and we are Tony people. So a lot of that was expected, whatever. We all have emotions about that. I had plan to crew it and take a few days, 2 days off, 2 days before and 2 days off after. But basically this mini vacation with this like UPW crew internship type thing and just was so excited about it. Well, I want to transition that excitement to something. I don't just want to be like, oh, I'm just going to take 10 days off and not do anything. Oh, no. Like I wanted immense growth that week. So yeah, I'm expanding it over the month instead. But at the end of this month, whether UPW happened or not, whether it's 500 calls brings, me leads for the next year or not, I'm going to be proud of myself because I grew and I pushed myself and I strengthened that muscle and not to the advice of other people. I didn't let other people's expectations tell me how to do it, which actually limits you. So just sitting with myself and asking why I need to do this, how I'm going to do this, and then, having a few people such as Ricardo for me is that can give you non-biased advice, but also not stroke your ego and be like, you're doing great. You don't need to work any harder. I don't want to hear that bullshit right now. Okay. And if I can be real honest, there was a past employer that, like, I, for a few years, told I want to double my income. I want to double my income. I have big goals. I want to double my income. And it was almost offensive when they didn't help me or push me or come to me and be like, you're behind on your goal. Granted, it's not their
Business.
responsibility.
Yeah.
It's not their job it's on me because I'm in sales. However, it would have been really nice for somebody to be like, hey, a month ago you said this and you're not doing this, So if you are a leader, just to point that out, if somebody's falling on their goals and they've told you their goals, like, maybe be like, hey, is there anything I can help with or whatnot? But anyway, so I know at one point I'm going to get overwhelmed. I know I am.
You will.
It's my cycle.
And
Like,
so will
it's real.
everyone else that's doing this challenge. You will get overwhelmed at one point. You're not
Mhm.
gonna feel like doing it at one point. But then how do you handle that? Or
Yeah.
how
So
do
I
you
have my toolbox. So I have my safe people to call. And I say that because I keep saying your name like I'm giving myself credit for this, Ricardo, I promise. But the self-soothing, so he's big on not, don't go to outside sources to self-soothe. Don't go to your phone to self-soothe. Don't, call that friend is going to just bring you down and whatever, complain. Don't do that. Figure it out yourself. And so in that is where I'm just kind of had this revelation, and I'm oh, that's a big statement. I'm done being taken advantage of by others, but I'm sure as hell done being taken advantage of by myself
Ooh,
and my own limitations.
say that again.
Because yeah, I'm done being taken advantage of by my own limitations, by myself. Like, I'm done. And it's like accumulation of a lot of things, but it's big. And like, if I could just give like 1 ounce of a shot of this to like the girl that was so depressed and drunk 5 years ago who just thought it couldn't ever get any better, like, the possibilities, like, it's just, there is reward on the other side. And even if you're not to your goal, like, well, Tony's happiness is progress, right? Like, you don't need to be at the end goal to be happy. In fact, that's the wrong formula. Probably not going to help if you go about it with that formula. But if you infuse happiness today, right now, on the journey, you're probably going to go a hell of a lot farther than you ever planned on, and a lot quicker and a lot easier.
Wow.
So.
Mic drop, guys. You got to do the sign, Courtney. Mic drop.
Yes.
That is so good. So for
You got
those
me
of
all
you
fired up today.
I know. I like fired up Courtney. Fired up Courtney is like my favorite Courtney. I've said that before, and I'll say it again, and I'm saying it right here in public, that fired up Courtney is my very favorite Courtney. But here's the thing: for everyone tuning in, for everyone watching, for everyone listening, what can you do yourself to push yourself out of your comfort zone? For Courtney, it was 500 calls. For my wife Jessie, it's walking 3 miles a day. For me, it's getting 45-minute workouts every day. 45 minutes of workout every day this month.
For Michelle, it was a 75-day commitment.
Correct. 75 days of a hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you go, Michelle.
Yes.
Either way, what is it for you? What is it for you that you could actually push yourself to doing it and keeping yourself accountable,
Mm-hmm.
and allowing yourself to get scared, allowing yourself to feel a little bit of discomfort, allowing yourself to feel a little bit of pain.
Allow yourself to start before you're ready.
Ooh, for
It's another
sure.
one that holds people back.
For sure. For sure. Allowing yourself to start before you're ready. I like that. So how can you push yourself? And I love the fact that we're doing this on August 5th, because you don't have to wait to September 1st to start. You can start today. You can start tomorrow.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait for a Monday. How many times have you said, I'm going to start doing XYZ on Monday?
Can I get on Courtney's soapbox for that?
Has that
When
Monday
you
ever
say
come?
yes, no is the answer. Okay, so when you say you'll do it tomorrow, you give yourself a false sense of security right now, like you're doing something towards it. As well, you're putting it off till tomorrow. So you're basically saying, screw what my universe has for me tomorrow. It's not as important as me procrastinating right now. And then tomorrow rolls around. You go through the same cycle. the chance every day that goes by, it's like a 75% chance every day that you won't do it the next day, that you won't do it the next day. So not only are you robbing today of your success, you're robbing tomorrow, if you actually do it tomorrow, of the like success you could be if you actually did that today. Because every day you stack, every day you build. So it's like the growth you didn't have today because you were lazy, or fill in the blank with whatever your favorite excuse is. And tomorrow you're going through the same cycle. So it's a downward like cyclone. So do you see how this is the problem? So that's where if anyone ever says, or you say that to yourself, I'll do it tomorrow, you stop yourself and you ask yourself, is this actually a priority? Am I going to do it? And now or never, baby. Like,
Now
come
or
on.
never. Jessie set a date for August 1st. She said, I'm August 1st, I'm going to start. And that was not a Monday.
Yeah, that's true.
It was not a Monday. So you can start any day.
And you could go live and just talk about it like Jessie is. She's just chatting with us on her walks, for a few minutes. Like, just you can incorporate so many different things. Just stop boxing your brain in, please.
Yeah.
You're capable of anything you can dream of, but if you got to let it in.
I think that's the point here. Don't box your brain in. And more importantly, don't allow yourself to box your brain in, because that's what happens when you don't push yourself past your comfort zone. Here's the thing. I'm not used to working out. So for working out for 45 minutes a day, man, I am hurting. I'm hurting right now while I'm sitting right here talking to you. My legs are killing me. My stomach is burning. All sorts of crazy stuff is happening right now inside of me. And it does not feel good. But it's okay. It's okay because I'm going to continue to push through. I'm going to continue to getting it done. Jessie has blisters on her feet. I'm sure Michelle was a little sore a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
We'll talk to her about that on Friday. But it's going to happen. You're going to feel discomfort. You're going to feel a little bit of pain. You're going to get some rejection. And that I'm just talking very broadly here now.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, when you embark on this challenge to push yourself past your comfort zone, you're going to feel some sort of discomfort, whether it is physical or emotional. But guess what? It's all in your head. It's all in your
Yeah.
head.
It's just that test before growth is applied.
Correct.
Like
And that's
before
the whole,
growth is received.
correct. And that's the whole point of all of this, is to push yourself beyond your normal limits to grow.
Yes.
Because regardless of what happens at the end of this month, Courtney, you're going to experience growth. You're going to experience growth.
I'm excited for it.
I'm excited too. So, for those of you watching on the replay, comment below. Let us know what your challenge will be for yourself. For those watching who want to catch up on past episodes of our podcast, you can visit forceforgrowth.com, check out our YouTube channel, or subscribe on iTunes and all of your other podcast platforms.
Yes. Well,
Final
thanks for
thoughts.
listening today, guys. Just like go for it. Like, what are you scared of? Like, what? Okay, no, final. I'll pick one. Do something every day that scares you. So if you're not taking a 500 challenge and whatever you want, just how can you do something every day that scares you? Talk to a pretty girl. Talk to whatever. Ask about that, if that company can lower your bill. Just call and ask. They might say yes.
Yep.
Like, trust me, I'm in insurance.
You never know.
Yes. There might be a way you don't know unless you ask,
All right. So real quick, Courtney Carr, I got a shout out.
Okay. Yes.
My boy, pioneer, hip hop pioneer, Adam Yacht, MCA. Today's his birthday. He passed away from he passed away from cancer several years ago, and man, yeah, happy birthday, Adam.
Happy birthday, Adam. Thanks for being with us today.
Yeah, he's awesome dude. I didn't know him personally, obviously, but his music was an influence. He started the group, and one of the amazing things about him was that he went from being this guy who like put down women from their first album. He ended up being a monk. He ended up going deep into Tibet and getting deep into meditation, and self-healing and just being a better person. And if you listen to the music, you can hear that progress in the music. So he started off being just some punk kid and ended up just taking his soul and his spirit to a way higher level, hanging out with the Dalai Lama, hanging out with the Dalai Lama. Can you imagine that? The guy who helped fight for your right to party, hanging out with the Dalai Lama. Like, what kind of transformation is that?
We are not boxed in by anything
We are not
unless we
boxed in by
box ourselves in.
yes, and he just went out and found spirituality and just turned everything around and became a better person, and the group evolved because of that, and music evolved because of that. And happy birthday, Adam. Happy
Yeah.
birthday, Adam.
Spirit lives on.
So,
Yes.
thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Again, you can visit forceforgrowth.com to subscribe to the podcast, our YouTube channel, and all of that good stuff. And we'll be back on Friday.
Yes. Excuse me. Yes. Sorry. We'll be back with Michelle. And anyway, we're going to have some fun because it's Fridays for fun.
Yes, Friday's fun.
Oh, play. I'm sorry. It's our word of the week is play.
Yes.
We'll play more on Friday.
Oh, real quick, Jesse, great talk. Oh, and by the way, Courtney saved us about $500 on our home. Yes, Courtney did save us about $500 on our home insurance.
Love you, Jesse. Thank you.
Yeah, we love you, babe. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll be back on Friday.
Bye.